Hello my friends, Erica here. Today I am coming to you with all my unread books, so stay tuned. Look at these shelves, aren't they neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the one who has all the books on these shelves? Adventures are told. How many adventures can one shelf hold? Looking around here you think, sure, I've got all the books. Ain't he handsome? Ski ski. Ski ski. Anyway, so that there is my dilemma. I have a lot of unread books. So let's get this party started, because we're going to be here for a while. Editing Erica here. I forgot some books. There's a pile right here on the floor next to my bed that are, a majority of them are unread, except for one that I've already read before. So, A Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin. A Feast for Crows by George R.R. Martin. And A Dance with Dragons by George R.R. Martin. The Way of Kings. Words of Radiance. Oathbringer. And Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson. The Naming by Alison Croghan or Croghan, something. Children of Blood and Bone and Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi. Sisters by Raina Telgemeier. Now, Peter and the Starcatchers by Dave Barry and Ridley Pearson. It's a cool cover though, right? And Peter and the Shadow Thieves by Dave Barry and Ridley Pearson. This one I've read. I Stopped Somewhere by T. Carter, maybe? And This Is What Happy Looks Like by Jennifer E. Smith. So, and the rest of these I've read because it's the Chronicles of Narnia that are down here. So, 17. Ah. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So 230 unread books. Anyway, cue the rest of the video later. Okay, so I'm going to do the one that you're on real quick first, because this is like my little stand here. So it is the red, well, it's like the Kane Chronicles trilogy by Rick Riordan. You have the Red Pyramid, the Throne of Fire, and the Serpent's Shadow. So there's that. Severed by Kate Watterson. Rising Sun by Michael Crichton. Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. Cry of the Wolf by Karen Whitten. Rising Fire by William W. Johnstone. Dance of Death by Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child. I don't know why that's in there because I read that one. Silent Honor by Danielle Steele. Deadly Mountain Pursuit. It's 2 novels in one. The first story is by Carol J. Post and the second one is by Mary Alford. Black Cross by Greg Iles. Then I need to finish the second book in the Cowboy Way called Part-Time Cowboy by Maisie Yates. So I read the first one, I haven't read the second one yet. Then we have Reba, My Story by Reba McEntire. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Novelization by James Caan. Then we have 4 of the Smallville books. We have Shadows by Diana G. Gallagher. Whodunit by Dean Wesley Smith. City by Devin Grayson. And Dragon by Alan Grant. And then I read the first book in this series, so that shouldn't even be in there, but I like to keep my series together, which was Rosemary Rue. It's the October Day series by Shauna McGuire. She also goes by Mira Grant. So we have The Brightest Fell, A Red Rose Chain, Ashes of Honor, Chimes at Midnight. Now, I am missing a few books in the series, but that's okay. I'll get them eventually. Once Broken Faith, Late Eclipses, The Unkindest Tide, An Artificial Night, A Killing Frost, The Winter Long, and Night and Silence. Those are the only books that I own of those. So bear with me. Next, we have a few books in the Dexter series. It did, make it as a television series. I only have a few of the books. One I did read, so it's on my red shelf, but it's nothing like the television series, just so you know. They were probably out of order anyway. Just get on there. Alright, so I have Dexter by Design, Dexter's Final Cut, and Double Dexter, all by Jeff Lindsay. The Year's Best Dark Fantasy and Horror 2011. There's authors in here like Holly Black, Neil Gaiman, Simon Green, George R.R. Martin, people of that nature. The Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare. Writing and Getting Published for Dummies. I've had this book forever and I still haven't read it. Anyway, What the Cat Dragged In by Gilbert Morris. Caesar's Women by Colleen McLeod. Maybe. The Gunslinger, The Dark Tower 1 by Stephen King. I've heard great things about it. I'm just not really a Stephen King fan, but I'll still give it a try. If I Have a Wicked Stepmother, Where's My Prince by Melissa Cantor. In the Kingdom of Mists by Jane Jakeman. And this one actually, oh no, it's a card. I thought it was a bookmark. Okay, it has a card. It had a card in it. I, Mona Lisa by Gian Calogridis. Then I have The Complete Adventures of the Borrowers by Mary Norton. This box is a disaster. I'm gonna have to fix it, but we have The Borrowers, The Borrowers Aloft, The Borrowers Afloat, The Borrowers Afield, and The Borrowers Avenged. Get your butt back in there. There you go. The I don't know if it's pronounced Borgia or Borgia. The Borgia Bride by Deanne Calogridis. The 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. The Battle of France 1940 by Philip Warner. Bright Star by Aaron Swan. Forsaken Hearts by Suzanne L. Lambden. The Looking Glass Wars by Frank Better. Spear Wilder's Tale by R.A. Salvatore. This has the whole trilogy in it. There's The Woods Out Back, The Dragon's Dagger, and Dragon Slayer's Return. A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime by Monica Murphy, which this is the only one of Monica Murphy's that I have. She is a booktuber / author, apparently. And Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. Me and this book have a love-hate relationship. I have tried to pick it up many, many times. And I always just, I don't know if I just get bored or what it is, but I don't know. Or maybe I just wasn't in the mood for it. But I'm going to try really hard to get to this as soon as possible. I did borrow them all from the library. So, you know, the whole series. So we'll see if I get to them or not. Probably not. Next I have My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry by Frederick Bachman. The Little Women and Werewolves by Louisa May Alcott and Porter Grand. When Nothing Else Was Right by Carol Costa. Then I have books 2 and 3 of the Polly and Buster series. I read book 1 and I unhauled it. Because, you know, I mean, it was cute and everything, but I probably wouldn't reread it. So, book 2 is The Mystery of the Magic Stones. And these are by Sally Rippin. And the second one is The Search of the Silver Witch. Man, it's getting hot in here. I was roasting. Roast. Then I have this Home for Christmas. It's got several stories in it. The authors are Colleen Coble, Carol Cox, Terry Fowler, and Gail Gamer Martin. The Burning Room by Michael Connelly. This is how it was purchased. I had purchased it from, Two Kinds of Truth by Michael Connelly. I got these from Books Again, and they came that way without the covers, so it's whatever. Deeper by Roderick Gordon and Brian Williams. Vampire Forensics, Uncovering the Origins of an Enduring Legend by Mark Collins Jenkins. This one is Great Ghost Stories, 101 Terrifying Tales. So there's multiple authors and multiple stories, like H.P. Lovecraft, Jules Verne. The other ones I haven't heard of. Oh, Rudyard Kipling. I heard of him. Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston. The 13th Reality by James Dashner. And I picked up these two little horoscope things. I've got Pisces and Capricorn. I'm the Capricorn. So, and these are astrology from 2023. So, I need to read them. Then next we have Dragon Watch, Champion of the Titan Games by Brandon Mull. This one is actually book 4. I'm trying to get off my hands on the others. So I haven't read the series at all. But I loved Fablehaven. So I hope you can still hear me over this fan. If not, I apologize. But I am so wetting. A Room Called Earth by Madeline Ryan. Alrighty. Next we're going to get into majority of my LGBTQ plus books. What is this, the Twilight Zone? Alright. Alright. So we have Jay's Gay Agenda by Jason June. Next we have the Adrian English Mystery Series by Josh Lanyon. I'm on book 2, so technically book 1 is not part of this. So this book 2 is called A Dangerous Thing. 3 is The Hell You Say. 4 is Death of a Pirate King. 5 is The Dark Tide. 6 is So This Is Christmas. Next we have the Necessary Evil series by Onley James. We have book 5 is Madman. 6 is Lunatic. And 7 is Maniac. I want to do another special thank you to Lori over at Lori's Book Trials, because she's the one who bought me the series. I love you for it. I love you anyway, but you know what I'm saying. Girls Like Girls by Haley Kiyoko, maybe? The Alchemy of Moonlight by David Ferrero. Solitaire, oh, where did that fucking, I don't know. I don't know where that accent came from, but Solitaire by Alice Oseman. And Nick and Charlie by Alice Oseman. The Princess and the Fangirl by Ashley Ashley Poston. See, I was right. Go with your gut. That shouldn't be in there. I read that already. Okay, next we are getting to the Boys Town. It's called the Nick Nowak Mysteries by Marshall Thornton. So this is book 1. Book 2. They literally have the same title for the most part. Like, book 1 is 3 Nick Nowak Mysteries. Book 2 is 3 more Nick Nowak Mysteries. Book 3 is 2 Nick Nowak novellas. Book 4 is A Time for Secrets. Book 5 is Murder Book. Book 6 is From the Ashes. Book 7 is Bloodlines. Book 8 is The Lies That Bind. And book 9 is Lucky Days. So there's those. Please don't topple over. That would be so bad. Next we have the Christmas Fix by, I'm going to be going, this next stack is all the books that I am wanting to get to before the end of the year, because they're part of my 24 and 24 in 2024. So the Christmas Fix by Lucy Score. Hooky, Volume 3. By Miriam Bonastrator, whatever. The Wasteland Saga by Nick Cole. This has The Old Man and the Wasteland, The Savage Boy, and The Road is a River. I Was Born for This by Alice Oseman, so that's a gay book, obviously. Survive the Night by Riley Sager. Back in a Spell and From Bad to Worse by Lana Harper. Pet Case, which is book 4 in the Necessary Evils by Onley James. Man at the Helm by Nina Stibb. This has been on my TBR for at least 5 years. Yeah, like, I started it and I was loving it, but then I put it down and never went back to it, so I'm trying to get it done this year. So, anyway. The Historian by Elizabeth Kostova. Relic by Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child. The Dead Guy Next Door by Lucy Score. Don't fall for me, Argentina. No, I know that's not the words, but you know what I'm saying. Don't cry for me, Argentina. That's all I know of the song. Don't ask me to remember the words, because I don't. Anyway, next we have the Kingdom of the Wicked trilogy by Kerri Maniscalco. So Kingdom of the Wicked, Kingdom of the Cursed, and Kingdom of the Feared. Okay. This is part of the 24 and 24, but this is on my TBR for this month. So we have The Prairie of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon, and then the Disney Pixar's Comic Treasury. Alright. Get off my ass. Thank you. Alright, so next we have this is like the Fairy Walker series by Jenna Black. We have Glimmerglass, Shadow Spell, and Siren Song. Weird, scary, and unusual. This is just an armchair reader, so something that you have on your coffee table to pick up just whenever. I still haven't read it. Next I have Kaleidoscope by, there's a Laura Lee Bliss, Gloria Brandt, Diane Mills, and Kathleen Paul. Bear with me, I'm out of breath. Next we have the Iron Fae series. We have by Julie Kagawa. We have the Iron King, the Iron Daughter, the Iron Queen, the Iron Knight, the Lost Prince, the Iron Trader, and the Iron Warrior. Funny Story by Emily Henry, which I'm still looking forward to. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Then we have the Unseen series by Richie Tankersley Cusick. Volume 1 has It Begins and Rest in Peace. And Volume 2 has Blood Brothers and Sin and Salvation and Something Fell. And this has been on my shelves for a few years too, so I really need to get to it. Next we have The Earthquake Bird by Suanna Jones, Flirting with Forever by Kendall Ryan, The Awakening by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. This is the first book in the Zodiac Academy series, which I need to read and figure out if I want to read the rest of them. And then Bloodleaf by Crystal Smith. The Worst Best Man, Forever Never, and Maggie Moves On, all by Lucy Score. I'm working on trying to collect all of her books. She's got a lot of books. True ghost stories from the American Midwest called Haunted Heartland by Beth Scott and Michael Norman. 1Q84 by Haruki Murakami. The Library of Classic Horror Stories. This has Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. Frankenstein I've read. Dracula by Bram Stoker, I've read that too. And then The Island of Dr. Moray by H.G. Wells. The Body Snatcher by Robert Louis Stevenson. Markham by Robert Louis Stevenson. The Fall of the House of Usher. The Fall of the House of Usher by Edgar Allan Poe. The Murders in the Rue Morgue by Edgar Allan Poe. The Mask of the Red Death by Edgar Allan Poe. The Pit and the Pendulum by Edgar Allan Poe. I've read majority of Edgar Allan Poe's stuff because I loved him when I was younger, and I read a bunch of his stuff, so I just don't remember, so I'll be rereading these. The Gold Bug by Edgar Allan Poe. The Cask of Amontillado by Edgar Allan Poe. So, yeah, those are all the stories in this Library of Classic Horror Stories. Happily and Madly by Alexis Bass. Or is it Bass? Could be either one. It's pronounced both ways. Bass is the fish, bass is a guitar. So, Defiant by Brandon Sanderson. This is book 4 in the Skyward series, which is so good if you haven't read it. You know, the series. Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I heard this is about vampires. I think she's the vampire. So I love I love Ali Hazelwood. And I love vampires. So next we have the Dragon Bone Chair, which is book 1 of Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn series by Tad Williams. And then book 2 is Stone of Farewell. Okay, then we have the Raven Shadows trilogy, which I've actually already read, so I mean, it shouldn't be on here, but I've been wanting to reread them, so I'm just not even gonna bother. So I don't even know why they're on here. Anyway, moving along. I've technically read all these too. I need to go through this stuff, you guys. Okay, then we have the Grimm's Complete Fairy Tales. Isn't that pretty cover? It's so green. This Sanctuary of the Shadow by Aurora Asker, or is it Asher? Maybe the C is silent. Who knows? Okay, so I've actually technically read the first 2, which is Girl in Pieces and How to Make Friends with the Dark, but I do want to reread these eventually. So that shouldn't be on here. But I do have You Be Home Now by Kathleen Glasgow, which I just like to keep them together because they're, you know, it came in a box set. Alrighty, keep going here. Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. Twisted Love by Anna Huang. Everybody's raving about Anna Huang. I have not read anything by her yet, so this is my first time going to read this book, going to read Anna Huang, so better not let me down. No, I'm just kidding. this is book 2 of the Wings of Fire series. No, wait. It's a double thing. There's book 1 and book 2. So book 1 is Wings of Fire. And then book 2... Oh, wait. Book 1 is the Dragonnet Prophecy. And then book 2 is The Lost Heir. And these are by... I think it's Tui T. Sutherland. I could be wrong. You're gonna laugh. The Smurfs Christmas. Jane's Mansion. Yes, I know these are kids' books, but it's fine. I love everything. The Nightmare Before Christmas graphic novel. The Battle for the Pumpkin King. I love all things Nightmare Before Christmas because Jack Skellington is my boyfriend, okay? Anyway, I'm just kidding. Goosebumps Haunted Halloween movie novel. That's by Scholastic. Rainbow Volume 1 by Sunny and Gloomy. Twisted by Emily McIntyre. This is supposed to be, I can't remember which retelling this is of. I don't know. 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 Gates of Fire by Stephen Pressfield. The Sword of the Templars by Paul Christopher. These have been on my TBR for so long, it's ridiculous. Then I have Dead by Nightfall and Dead by Morning, both by Beverly Barton. Why do y'all have to do that? Name your kids that have the same first letter as your last name. It's stupid. So. Like, imagine being called Lawrence Lawrence. I'm sure there's a person out there that his name is Lawrence Lawrence and he goes by Larry. I bet ya. I'm a dork. Anyway. Die with the Outlaws by William W. Johnstone and J.A. Johnstone. Haunted America by Michael Norman and Beth Scott. The Stranger by Harlan Coben. Down the Dark Streets by William W. Johnstone. Obviously, I love William W. Johnstone. Y'all, I'm tired. Alright, next we have Riley Edwards. It's part of a series, a Gold Team. The Gold Team series. We have Brooks, Thaddeus, Kyle, and Maximus. And there's one more, but I don't own it. Then we have books 3, 4, and 5 of the Tiger series by Colleen Houck. Obviously, I devoured the book 2 last month. The first book I devoured that years ago, and I don't understand why I never continued the series because it's really, really good. And these covers are insanely gorgeous. Cat hair. Excuse me. Anyway, so book 3 is Tiger's Voyage. Isn't these beautiful? They're just freaking... Book 4 is Tiger's Destiny. I almost bashed myself in the face with it. But what a way to go, right? And then Tiger's Dream. This one isn't as gorgeous because it's not the hardcover, it's the paperback, but it's still beautiful. Look at that. It's beautiful. just not all shiny and foily like the other ones. Okay, so next we have the Warriors series, you know, Dawn of the Clans series by Aaron Hunter. Let's see. Book 1 is The Sun Trial. Book 2 is Thunder Rising. Obviously, I was interested in this because of the cats. The First Battle is book 3. Book 4 is The Blazing Star. Aren't these adorable? Book 5 is A Forest Divided. And book 6 is Path of Stars. Get your butt in there. These were free because I got them from the free little library. So, of course, once I read them, if I enjoy them, I'm going to keep them. But if I don't, then I will just return them back to the free little library. I've got several books from the free little library that I need to read and return. It's okay. I've heard amazing things about this author, Freida McFadden. I have yet to read a Freida McFadden book yet, but here's a start. The Locked Door. Next is It Would Be Night in Caracas by Karina Saenz-Borgo or Borjo. And then Death and Other Happy Endings by Melanie Cantor. This is part of the Chronicles of the Moon series by Alan Fruin Jones. This one is called The Legends. I don't even think it's book 1, but whatever. Alright. More books that I borrowed from the free little library. We have Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice. Stepmom. If you haven't seen Stepmom, you are crazy because it's a good movie. It's sad. Make sure you have a box of tissues, but it's really good. But that's the book version. The Indian in the Cupboard. I grew up on this movie, so now I get to read the novelization of it. So excited. The Shrieking Skull by Stephen Otfinosky. I have no idea how to pronounce that. The Smoke Thief by Shanna Abe, maybe? Triss by Brian, I don't know if it's Jax or if it's Jaquez or Hawkins. Oh, who knows? I have no idea. Mostly Magic. It doesn't say who it's by unless it's through Golden Windows, because that's right there. Wonderlands. Edited, it's volume 5 of the Golden Treasury of Children's Literature. It looks like it's got fairies in it, and I love fairies. So, anyway, moving along. We're getting close to the end here, so finally, because my back is screaming. Oh. Alright, next we have Autopsy by Patricia Cornwell. The Scorpio Illusion by Robert Ludlum. William Blake vs. the World by John Higgs. Okay. This next one. I can't even remember how long I've had this on my TBR. It's been that long. It's just, it's massive. And normally that doesn't, you know, deter me, but it's about demons and shit. And it's been on many TBRs in the past, and I just, you know, I never got around to it because I'm like, I want to read it, but I don't feel like it right now. And that is Diablo Archives by Richard A. Knack, Mel Odom, and Robert B. Marks. Will I ever get to it? I don't know. Maybe this will be one of the books I put on my 25 books I want to read in 2025. Maybe. Maybe. The Great Jazz and Pop Vocal Albums by Will Friedwald. Almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. Okay. Come here, you stupid books. Okay, they're not stupid, but you know. These are all my graphic novels slash mangas that I picked up from the library sale, along with, you know, the Iron Phase series by Julie Kagawa and all that. I ended up donating like 28 bucks for the box of books that I got. But anyway, so we have The Wolf Gift by Anne Rice. Don't fall. March Story. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce this name. Hyung Min Kim. Hyung Min Kim. Hey. And Kyon Il Yang. And this is volume 1 of the March Story series. Hyung Min Kim. Volume 1 of the Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches by Miki Yoshikawa. Probably butchering this, but you know, I'm trying to sound like it's supposed to sound. But Aventura by Shin Mitarikawa, Volume 1. And Volume 1 of Pearl Pink by Mecha Tanaka. I got that one right. Then I have 1 through 6 volumes of The Future Diary by Sake Asuno, maybe? So, Volume 1. Volume 2. Volume 3. Volume 4, Volume 5, Volume 6, and then I got Volumes 1 through 8 of School Rumble by Jin Kobayashi. So Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, Volume 5, Volume 6, Volume 7, and Volume 8. Please don't fall. And then I got the first 3 volumes of the Vampire Academy series in graphic novel form by Rochelle Mead. So, Vampire Academy, Frostbite, and Shadow Kiss. So that is it, y'all. That is all the books that I have on my TBR. Now to go and count them, it will be in the title of how many books I have. So I hope you guys like this video. If you do, please give me a big thumbs up. I know it's insanely long and I apologize, but you know me, when I get to talking, okay, I'm talking too much. All of my links are down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later! Later! I've got romance and nonfiction, a many. I've got horror and dystopian galore. You want fantasy? I've got plenty. But who cares? No big deal. I want more.